Alright, so today is going to be a little bit of a different video. On Saturday there is this league challenge in Bruges where I would like to participate. Now I just realized that I cannot actually because I have training with figure skating, but I was already starting to sleeve some cards up to make my deck. I actually have a deck that I used just for fun to play with my brother and my girlfriend. It was the Marnie's Morpeko deck. I actually bought that for my girlfriend just to get that illustration rare type of Marnie's Morpeko. So yeah, I have that deck laying around, but obviously it's missing one card. It's missing that Marnie's Morpeko, and yeah, I just switched it out with another card that I think could be a good fit in this deck, and yeah, that is the Mega Absol EX. Reason why I think this could be a good card for this deck is because he has an attack terminal period, and it says if your opponent has an active Pokemon that has 6 damage counters on it, that Pokemon is knocked out. Now, at first you might think you need to put 6 damage counters on that Pokemon, but then you have one second, it's the Marnie Spurlion with pointy nails, and that just costs 1 dark energy. If your opponent's active Pokemon is a Pokemon EX, this attack does 40 more damage, so it's actually 20 plus 40 damage, which is exactly 60 damage. So if you can hit with the Marnie Spurlion and then switch out to the Absol, the Mega Absol EX, I think you could have a good combo with those two. And then also the other attack from Mega Absol I like because it's a little bit of a disruption attack. It disrupts the hand of the opponent with Claw of Darkness. It does 200 damage and your opponent has to reveal their hand, so you see all of the cards that they have in hand, and you get to discard one of the cards that I find in there. So for example, if he has an EX or a trainer card that I don't like, that I don't want him to use, I can discard that card, which is, in my opinion, very powerful. So yeah, I would like to test this out. I haven't played with it in a long time, and I have only played against like my own decks that I used for pre-release tournaments that I extended to 60 cards instead of those 40. But yeah, I think this could be a good start. My idea was to just go out there and yeah, learn the TCG a little bit. I didn't plan on being highly competitive or anything like that, so if I would lose all of the matches, it wouldn't be too big of a deal, but of course it would be nice if I was able to win some matches as well. Obviously with my training on Saturday I won't be able to make it in time for the event, for the league tournament or league challenge, I think it is. So yeah, I'm hoping to be able to participate like next time in the next league tournament or league challenge. And yeah, I'm just going to prepare this deck for now. I'm going to start playing with it a little bit to see how it does against other decks and against other players. So yeah, I might be contacting my local game shop to organize some kind of play night just for fun. Bring that deck and yeah, play with it a couple matches. But yeah, the Marnie's Grimsnarl EX I like to play with. I know I like to play with it back in the day, like a few months ago when I was playing against my brother and against Raina, and it's because of the Punk Up ability, which states when you play this Pokemon from your hand and evolve one of your Pokemon during your turn, you may search your deck for up to 5 basic energy cards and attach them to your Marnie's Pokemon in any way you like. So basically you can immediately get enough energy for your Marnie's Grimsnarl or the other basic Pokemon that you are setting up to give them the energy that they will need to attack. And if you can get like 2 of these, so you can set up 1 to in the active spot to attack with, and then a second one to have as a backup or to just provide energy. You can also set up a Marnie's Morpeko. Let me see if I can find it. Marnie's Morpeko, yeah, right here. And Marnie's Morpeko has an attack that does 20 damage plus 40 damage for each dark energy that is attached to that Pokemon. And if you can just like add 5 dark energy to 1 Morpeko, you could like immediately do 220 damage. Obviously it is low health, but it also is only 1 prize card that you give away when you when it gets defeated. So I think if you can bring in the Marnie's Morpeko onto an EX of the opponent, you can like get really good value out of that. So yeah, those are some things that I'm just playing around with in my mind that could be a good idea or could be good strategies to use. I might be fine-tuning this deck. I will show you the deck once I'm done sleeving everything up. But yeah, I might be fine-tuning it a little bit with some cards from Ascended Heroes. One of them that I really like is the Pokepad. I think I have it right here. My brother just opened an Ascended Heroes ETB and he actually pulled it. I was able to get his bulk. He didn't need it, and yeah, he has pulled the Pokepad right here. And what this card does, it's actually like €2 on card market for a common card, but what it does is search your deck for a Pokemon that doesn't have a rule box, reveal it and put it into your hand, then shuffle your deck. I think this could be quite interesting to just set up your bench, like to get some Pokemon, and especially that Marnie's Morpeko would be nice to have in hand, at least before you get to the Marnie's Grimsnarl and use the ability that gives you a lot of energy. So if you're able to get the Marnie's Morpeko onto your bench and then evolve your Grimsnarls, I think you could be setting up for a pretty good match. And yeah, as a backup, you still have the Purlian to combine with the Mega Absol. So yeah, of course, the Mega Absol is like the only card in this deck that isn't able to get the Dark Energy from Marnie's Grimsnarl because it's not a Marnie's Pokemon. But all of the other cards in this deck have like are like Marnie's Grimsnarl Pokemon, so they have very good synergy. I think there's also like this one stadium card, the Spikemut Gym, and that is once during each player's turn, that player may search their deck for a Marnie's Pokemon, reveal it and put it into their hand, then that player shuffles their deck. So basically you can easily get access to the Marnie's Pokemon, and yeah, it's just a lot easier to set up your bench, to evolve Pokemon, to really set up the match for an advantage. And yeah, I think this deck does have some possibilities. I'm not sure how competitive it is. I haven't done any research, to be honest. I might be losing match after match with this. But yeah, as I said, I won't be able to compete next week, unfortunately. Unless something happens to that training and it gets like postponed or something like that, but I doubt that will happen. It happens sometimes, but yeah, I don't think it will happen. I'm hoping to be able to play, but I don't think I will be able to play. So this deck will be used next month. Then I think they do a challenge a month, a league challenge every month. So yeah, I'll be able to do it next month and hopefully be able to learn to play with the deck a little bit beforehand. But yeah, let me show you my deck and tell you more about how I think we could strategize setting things up and yeah, being able to win. Alright, so these are all of the Pokemon cards that I have in my deck and that I'm going to use. I think it's 13 Dark Energy. I'm only using Dark Energy, so that's nice. It keeps it simple, which I like as a beginning player. But then we have the Scraggy to just disrupt the opponent a little bit more, discard some energy from the active Pokemon. I think that could be a nasty one as well, with the Scrafty to evolve. If we don't get any of the other cards to evolve quickly, we have that one that we might be able to evolve to do some good damage. Then we have the Marnie Sperlian, obviously, that I wanted to pair with the Mega Absol if possible. If not, we have the Marnie's Leopard that also does 70 damage on the opponent, and if it's an EX it does 140, so 70 extra damage. Yeah, I really like that. It's 140 damage for 2 energy, no need to discard anything. Then right here we have the Marnie's Impidimp, and the point of this one is to get to the Marnie's Grimsnarl as quickly as possible. Now for the upcoming 1 or 2 months we can still use the rare candy. I don't know if it has been reprinted into the next cycle. I know its cycle is ending in like, what is it, 2 months in April. So yeah, we'll need to keep an eye on what cards we can still use after the cycle hits. But yeah, once we get to the Grimsnarl, we want to have that Morpeko on the bench as well, to get a bunch of energies on the Marnie's Morpeko, to deal a lot of damage. And yeah, this Marnie's Grimsnarl is also a menace because it does like 180 damage and then 30 damage to one of the bench Pokemon, which can in turn really be useful to play together with the Mega Absol, because if I can hit 2 times with this one, I can set up 60 damage to then knock it out with 1 attack from Mega Absol as well. So yeah, I think all of this really works together very well. But now let's get into the trainer cards. Alright, and so then the trainers, there are a couple trainers that are going out of rotation with the G symbol, just like the Rare Candy, the Switch, the XP Share, Ultra Ball, Super Rod, Boss's Orders, but I think a lot of Professor's Research, I think a lot of them are getting reprinted in another rotation. I'm not sure, I need to double check it, but yeah. So let's go over all of the trainers. Okay, so the XP Share is going to be used once the Morpeko is in play and has a lot of energy on it. So I will probably put it on either the Mega Absol or the Marnie's Grimsnarl, because those two can do a lot of damage once they have some energy. But yeah, with the XP Share, I can just move the energy from the Morpeko if it dies onto one of my other Pokemons where this XP Share is attached to. So yeah, that's a nice way to recover some dark energy. Then we have the Ultra Ball. I don't think I need to explain this one. The Super Rod is a nice way to get some energy or a Pokemon, or both, preferably. Then Boss's Orders, yeah, just to switch one of the Pokemon that has 60 damage on it, once we have the Mega Absol set up, just so that we can yeah, chip it down and get it knocked out with that 1 attack from Mega Absol. Then the Spikemuth Gym I already explained. The switch to easily switch Pokemons. For example, if there's a Pokemon in the active spot that has 60 damage and I have my Mega Lucario, I have my Mega Absol, I can just use the switch. I don't need to use any energy to switch it out, because energy will be a big one for this deck. And that's also why I have the energy recycler, so I can just shuffle 5 energy from my discard pile back into my deck, which is great because then I can use the Marnie's Grimsnarl's ability once again. So yeah, then I can use that Marnie's Grimsnarl ability to get the energy from my deck back into the game. So yeah, rare candy to quickly get to that Marnie's Grimsnarl. The Professor Seda as Professor's Research, just to, yeah, if I don't have a good hand, I just can discard and go again. I don't care if any energy gets lost because I have the energy recycler. I don't need to think about that too much. The Buddy Buddy Puffin is just great to set up your bench. I don't need to explain that, I think. And then the Iono is another disruption card. So if I can use that one, I might be able to shrink down the hand of my opponent. And then with the Mega Absol's Claw of Darkness, I am able to look in their hand once more and discard even one more card, so they have less options to play. They are quite limited, so yeah, that's a great combination as well. And yeah, just a Drayton card to set up my bench as well. So yeah, that is pretty much my deck, my strategies. I haven't played with it a lot yet, but yeah, it would be great to get some games in, to go out there in the competitive environment. I would love to play some games, win some games, lose some games, learn some things, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I hope to be able to participate, but I don't think I will be. But if I do, I will keep you updated, and if I don't, I'll definitely make a future video on this deck when I tried some things out, practice with it, yeah, stuff like that. And obviously when I do end up playing a league tournament or a league challenge, I will let you guys know. I will try to take you guys with me to film the games, and yeah, I'm excited. Let's see how things roll. If you have any feedback, any questions, anything, just let me know in the comments. I'm quite curious to learn a thing or two with the competitive scene. So yeah, let me know in the comments if you have any tips or tricks, any things that I should take into account, or decks that I could use. I don't know, whatever might help. All feedback is welcome. And yeah, if you liked this type of content, let me know in the comments as well, because this is a little bit different than what I usually do. And yeah, I would love to get some feedback on what you guys think of this type of content. I'm obviously not on Wolfie's level, so yeah, it won't be as exciting as his content, but I hope you got something out of it and you were able to enjoy the video. So yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.